Hello everyone, my name is Muir and we've got something new for you today. However, before we get into the video, I'd like to take a moment to tell you that nearly 70% of people who watch our videos are not subscribed. If you're not subscribed, you could do me a huge favor by liking the video, commenting below, subscribing to the channel, and ringing that bell. It really helps out the channel and lets me know that you're liking what I'm making. Alright, without further ado, let's get into the video. Hello everyone, my name is Muir and this is Starsector version 0.95.1a RC6. And this is what I'm going to be calling the Medley Legion. So we've had the Medley Mora, the Medley Medley Heron, now we have the Medley Legion. Unlike the Medley Mora and the Medley Heron, the Medley Legion is actually intended to fight. And as such, we have some other weapons on here. So what is the armaments we have? We have 2 Mark 9 autocannons. We have 5 heavy maulers. And then we have a bunch of Vulcan cannons on all of the small slots for point defense. So how does this work out? Well, these have a range of 900, these have a range of 1000. What that means is you'll always be able to fire these at the enemy before you can fire these. This one especially, followed by those. And you might be able to fire these before you can even fire that one. So, that's how those work. As for fighters, we have Warthogs, Thunders, Broadswords, and Claws. Now, there's a very specific thing about capital versus capital, and that is EMP is far more important for capitals than it is for, say, cruiser and destroyer class ships. With capitals, if you can EMP the other person to the point that they can't use their weapons, then you can win. If you can disable their engines, then you can pretty much just pound on them from an angle that they can't really effectively fight back at. For example, if you were to get out of this angle, you would be able to shoot this ship from like over here with only this one and maybe that one being able to shoot at you. That one for sure. But yeah, you would be in relative safety. So that's sort of how capitals work. So, what does that mean? Well, you want the Claws. They specialize in the ion cannons, whereas the Thunders, they have an ion cannon. It's the same ion cannon. And they do some other things, but there are fewer of them. So this has a little over twice, 2.5 times the EMP that this has. Now you can definitely swap these out with Thunders if you want, but these overall are... yeah, they're not even as durable, but they are cheap. We could always just decrease that by 2 and just use 2 more Thunders. But some dedicated ships are pretty nice. So the Warthogs, those remove armor. The Thunders, those remove everything. And the Broadswords remove shields. And the Claws do a pretty good job of EMPing everything out of existence. So what else do we have? Recovery shuttles, expanded crew decks. So, what can this do? This can kill an onslaught, and it can kill 40 points worth of frigates. So let's go ahead and look at that. See if it can replicate its... Oh, also, just for point of reference, we have all skills set to master, because I would assume that anything that you would be using these ships with either yourself, with combat skills, or with a captain who has a lot of relevant combat skills. So let's go ahead and throw this ship at one of the enemies and see what it can do. And so there we have it. So that is how this ship is set up. That was it killing an onslaught, and then it killing a fleet of frigates coming to kill it. So I forgot to show this weapon groups. Basically, how it's set up is the Mark 9 cannons fire on the same weapon group. After that, there are heavy maulers that are the ones on the wings, I guess. on the spines, on the sides. Those are firing independent. The ones in the front all fire at the same target. This is so if you're dealing with a frigate swarm, the maulers on the sides can shoot independent of each other. The Vulcan cannons, we separated those for the sides as well, left and right, and then ones for the front are on the same group. So you want your Vulcan cannons to all... Basically, how it works is all the Vulcan cannons that are on the same group will target the same will target the same missile. Unfortunately, what this means is that if you have, say, a missile coming from the left, a missile coming from the right, and a missile coming from the front, if all of your Vulcan cannons, as far as I understand, are on the same group, they will only shoot at one of them at a time, and not the other ones. I think that's how it works. Could be wrong, but that's how I assume it works. And so I separate them a little bit to make them a little bit more logical in how they do things. Now, if you wanted to, you could separate, you could have the Mark 9s on this side and the Heavy Mauler on that side, both be on the same group, but I think that's a little bit less optimal, because there will be times where you might not want to use the Mark 9 autocannons. You want them to just sit there and not fire. So if you are confident that's not going to happen, then go ahead and do that so they can fire to whichever side they like. But you might run into a situation where you just want to sit on the Mark 9s and stop them from firing so that your Heavy Maulers can just fire forever. But there we go. Let me know how this works for you in your playthroughs. I don't know how this works massed. It might work really well massed. It might not. But the damage potential of the Maulers here, the 5 Maulers, is about the same. It's a little bit less than the damage potential of the Mark 9s. So there we go. Alright guys, go ahead and let me know how this works for you in your campaigns, if this carrier seems to work really well for you, if it's hot garbage, if you replace this claw with another Thunder, just let me know. It could work just fine. I do like the extra EMP. It makes it more capable of taking down frigates. Not frigates. It makes it more capable of taking down capitals, cruisers, the bigger ships. Whereas the Thunder, adding another Thunder hangar would be better for taking down other enemy fighters. But alright guys, go ahead, let me know how this works for you in your campaigns. My name is Muir. This has been Starsector version 0.95.1a. Go ahead, leave me a like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and just share the video with whoever you think would like it. And I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.